Well, hello,
Hey,
everybody. He just goes, hey.
hey,
Welcome
good
in.
afternoon. Is that what you
Oh,
were looking
my
for?
God. Well, hello, everybody. Welcome back to another Tuesday live stream. And today's topic is what should we not do on a cruise? That's what we're going to be talking about. But actually, I want to share with you guys. Well, hello, Jaden. Jaden just wanted to say hello to
I just
everybody.
want to hang out for a little bit. Might pop in and out throughout the stream.
Yeah, he's going to be popping in and out. Let me say hello to everybody here on the live stream. Welcome in. The Queen of Disney, Samara. Welcome in, my love. Thank you for being here, Harlan. Angie from wherever floats your boat. Thank you for being here. Welcome back from your cruise. Let me bring this down a little bit. There we go. Welcome down from your cruise. We also have Scott McNeil. Thank you so much for being here. Hopefully, Panama City is not too cold over there. It's a little bit windy on our side, Scott. Um, Cruz, CCA, welcome in. Hello to the both of you. Welcome in, John Eso. Hello, sir. I wanted to give you guys some breaking news in the cruise industry. I don't know if you guys have heard. Maybe you have, maybe you have not. But for those of you that have not heard about this, Captain Kate is actually going to be, she's actually was named the captain of the Four Seasons today. I'm not sure if you guys heard that news, but if you didn't, then you heard it here first. Captain Kate has been named the Four Seasons captain, and she is going to be appointed to, what is the, let me see. She's going to be appointed to, let me see. I forgot. I read the whole article. Now I forgot the actual name of the cruise, but I know she's going to be entering service in early 2026, and I think it's going to be the Essence of the Seas. Let me see. It's a yacht over there, and she's going to be working for them. And I'm so excited that she's back to what she loves to do, and congratulate her. I know that everybody's putting all sorts of stuff there, so I know CCA, she is fancy now. In order for us to see her, it's going to take a lot of money. We're going to have to drop a lot of money to actually go see Captain Kate. Stephanie, welcome in. Thank you so much for being here today. But yeah, it was really nice to see that news come up today. And I'm like, oh my God, like I haven't seen anybody talked about it. But and here we are, CCA. This one is for you, CCA. Right here, I have Freddie. Freddie is not part of our backboard. So he comes from Carnival Celebration, I think is where I found him. So he is now part of the behind our board here. Look at Samara's like, I'm the Gucci outfit. Yeah, I'm the Gucci outfit. She left Celebrity with another. Yeah, she left Celebrity. Now she's with another line. She's on the Four Seasons. So it's a little bit more of an expense. It's a more luxurious cruise. And it's going to cost you a pretty penny to get on it. I'm pretty sure. I still have not booked anything on a luxury, like on the Four Seasons part. But who knows? Now that Captain Kate is over there, who knows? I might get a couple of bookings over there. So thank you guys so much for being here on another live stream. And today's topic is the things that we should not do on a cruise. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Hopefully you guys are having a great Tuesday. For me, it's been great. It's been a little bit busy today for me on the travel part. And we're just moving forward, guys. Looking forward to my next adventure. This coming Friday, I'll be traveling to Missouri. I'm going to be celebrating with my grandson, his first birthday. So for those of you, I'm probably going to do maybe a live stream because I know I'm going to be with Kingston. And we're going to be celebrating Kai's first birthday. I will put something on my Facebook. So if you guys want to say hello to Kai, he's going to be 1 year old. You guys can say happy birthday to him on there. Look at Harlan. Harlan says they probably don't have any craps table on the casino. Probably not, Harlan. Probably not. But who knows? I'm with you, CCA. We're out of that price range. Who knows what we have to do to get to see Captain Kate? But I'm very happy that she's happy as to where she's going to be. What I'm actually looking for is she going to get another pet to travel with her. That's another little fur child. But with that being said, guys, let's talk about the things that you should not do on a cruise. And most of you guys probably have heard about this, but for those of you that are new to cruising, or maybe not, because some of these, like I was like, oh, I haven't heard about this one. So I always be reading articles and trying to figure out, what topics to talk about. I think next week we're not going to have a live stream because I'm going to be in Missouri. So the following live stream, I think we're going to be doing something a little bit different for you guys. So starting off at number 1, and this is one that, guys, a lot of people talk about. Don't leave your data plan on when you're cruising, meaning your phone plan. Because, guys, a lot of people do not know this. And if you guys are very active in the cruise news world, you guys can hear it most of the time where you hear people, oh my God, I had a $800 bill or a $500 bill because I did not know. I thought that by purchasing the Wi-Fi plan on my cruise, that will cover all of my, my expenses. And that is not true. So please, and Angie, I'm with you. Put your phone on airplane mode, hook it up to the either Carnival, Celebrity, Royal, whoever you're traveling with, to their Wi-Fi. And if you do purchase Wi-Fi, you can actually use your WhatsApp. That will be free. Your Facebook Messenger to make phone calls. That will be free. But if you start dialing on your phone, that will be a charge of $2.50 per minute and 50 cents per text, depending on the carrier that you have for your cell phone. So yeah, that's one of those things that's on the number 1 of the list. Don't leave your data plan on when cruising. And hopefully, guys, this has not happened to you where you leave your data plan and then you come home from your vacation and you have another bill. Another one, which I thought that this one was a good topic to talk about, don't take an organized excursion outside of your cruise. As you know, some of these cruise excursions are not only the way to explore a city or a village or an island. Sometimes just wandering around, is great. But when you are in a different country altogether and you're trying to buy a short excursion outside of the cruise just to save a little bit of money, keep in mind that sometimes if you don't get back in time, your cruise will leave you. So don't take an unorganized excursion on your cruise. Try to, if you're an expert cruiser, then, you kind of like know a little bit more about it. Make sure that whenever you do buy one, that is somebody reputable that is going to bring you back in time, at least within an hour or 2 before the cruise leaves. Samara goes, I agree. Did that happen to you, Samara? And let me see. And wear an airplane mode t-shirt for a reminder. Oh my God, not an airplane mode. I could see, Samara, I could see you on a Disney cruise with your airplane mode t-shirt. And you're going to say, traveling with Tinkerbell, book it real good, right? I bet you're laughing at your house right now about that one. So the third one that I was reading on here, which is really kind of like one of the things that, and I don't understand why they put it on this list, but it says, don't hit the buffet on day 1. Like, why wouldn't you want to hit the buffet on day 1? But your fellow passengers will also be excited about your prospect of endless food at the buffet hall, and it's usually crowded when everybody has boarded and just not appetizing. That's what they thought, that not to hit the buffet on day 1. Now, I will give you a information for those of you that are traveling on Oasis class, like Harmony, Symphony, Utopia, Wonder, and what is it? Allure of the Seas and Oasis. You can actually go to the solarium. Instead of going to the buffet, you can actually go to the solarium, and on there it's free of charge. But you also have some types of seafood sometimes on there that you don't have on the regular buffet, and that's also complimentary. So for those of you that did not know that, then you might want to put that in your little notes for the future. Make sure you buy insurance before you go on a cruise. You're correctly right, John. Always have travel insurance because you never know what can happen. Harlan says there are some people on the celebrity cruise who took an unauthorized excursion. The bus crashed and Harlan, and everybody had passed away. So yeah, those things do happen. Just keep in mind. So just keep in mind that when you're traveling like that, you need to be conscious of the things that you're purchasing. We always go to the buffet on day one, but we board early. Yeah, CCA, I'm with you there. Especially on Carnival, if you're platinum on there, you can board as early as 10:30, like 11, and there's like nobody there. So I do agree with you on that one. I go to the dinner room for lunch. I don't need kids to step on my toes real good. Jill, welcome in, my love. Thank you so much for being here. Good evening, and thank you for being here, Jill. Okay, so now that we talk about don't hit the buffet on day one, that was our number 3. Let's go to our number 4. Don't eat all day on your cruise. How many of us do that? That we just go on these cruises, we forget that we have a diet, and we just go at it because we're not even worried about how we look and what's going. Even when you comb your hair and you go out to the deck and you're the sea and everything, you have all your hair all over the place. You really don't care because you are like on a cruise. You're having the time of your life. But don't eat all day on your cruise. Believe me, you will be tempted to overeat on a cruise. It is all included, so why not? So yeah, guys, how many of you, go in with a mental saying, you know what, I'm not going to eat as much. And then you're like, oh my God, I ate it all. I ate it all. Look at CCA. He goes, whoops, we do that too. Jill says, I always assume I am gaining 5 to 10 pounds on my cruise. I'm telling you, Jill, it's like, look, CCA says, first breakfast, second breakfast, first lunch, second lunch. And by the time you have your dinner, you go what? You go from the main dining room. You know what? I have time to go to Cucina del Capitano. Let me just roll in there and get some meatballs or something. That is too funny, guys. You guys are too funny today. Welcome in, Miss Jen. Thank you so much for being here today. Welcome in, love. Let me see. Number 5. How many of you guys do this? They say do not use the elevator. Do you guys actually do the stair where you challenge yourself to take the stairs because of everything you're going to eat? It says don't use the elevator. If you indulge into too many pizzas, don't worry. Just make sure don't be that person to use the elevator. Take all the stairs and then eat as much as you can. How many of you guys go on a cruise? Jaden, do you go on a cruise and you use the elevators?
So I actually overheard you talking about this one. I like to use the stairs when I'm on a cruise because when you're on a cruise, you're going to be eating a lot. You're going to be eating a lot of junk food. There's going to be pizza. There's going to be all sorts of snacks at whatever place you go to. It is good to walk around. It is good to take the stairs. It keeps you in shape. And also, on your average cruise, the elevators are usually pretty packed. I know from experience, I have had to wait in the elevator forever just to go upstairs for like 5 minutes and get one burger and then wait in the elevator and then wait all the way to go back down. It is a lot easier and better for you to just go up the stairs, go down the stairs.
Are we sponsoring Racetrack today? Miss Jill says we're in our 70s, so elevators are our friends. Stairs are on my knees.
That too.
I'm with you, Jill.
If you're able to use the stairs, using it helps people like Jill who can't. It's that simple.
Look, Samara says, I only do the stairs for the sail away party.
That's one way to do it.
I do the stairs. It takes forever for the elevators to show up. That is true. Sometimes I use the stair, but that's because the elevator is so busy. And sometimes you got everybody that's coming in with the scooters and all of that. So that just becomes another level. I tried to use the stairs, but hubby has a bump knee. So when with him, we have to take the elevator. There you go.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with using the elevator. It's just some people need it more, and if you don't need it, you should probably just use the stairs.
That is right.
And now I take my leave.
Oh my God. Okay, so this one is kind of really cool, and I do agree with this one. Don't book a room near the elevator, where some people need a room closer to the elevator because they had a scooter or they can walk, long ways either to the forward or the aft of the ship, which is understandable. But when you book your cruise, tell your agent, like me, no pun intended, you want to be far away from the elevators. Not only will you hear the people gather there, people coming in and out. Some ships have their elevators positioned away from the rooms anyways, but just in case, if you never know how that floor is going to be, try not to book anything near the elevator unless it is necessarily for you to book near the elevator, which I do have some of my customers that like to be closer to the elevator for many reasons. Thank you so much for being here, Miss M. But that's one of the things that, you got to kind of keep in mind and have it in your mind that, you can have, closer to the elevator, but you might hear everybody that comes in and out of the elevator. That is true. We do book the category as opposed to the specific room, and we have been lucky so far not to be on top of the elevators. Well, there you go, Miss Joan. We don't mind being near the elevator. We never hear it. I love that one. Look at Samara. I'm out partying all day till Mickey goes to bed. I watch episode 125. Okay, so she's on episode 125 of the Yakety Yak, I'm going to guess, or something like that. Okay, number 7. Don't book a room in the bow or the stern. That's like way on the bottom. If you are a bit worried about potential seasickness, get a room as close as midship as possible. And also on the lower deck, you will find restaurants and are in this position too. They don't want all their glassware flying about. So now you know why the main dining rooms are always on the lower level, because if anything happens, you're kind of like at the lower level and these things are not going to go flying at you. So now this one is mainly more for all of our vlogger friends. I don't personally have one, but maybe some of you might. Don't take your drone. Guys, do not take your drone. Actually, some cruise lines let you take your drone, but lots of them don't. You certainly won't be able to fly it on the ship, which is pity, because the image, it'll be gigantic. Their aerial views will be amazing on your video. Some ships will let you bring them on board to be used on shore, but away from the port. So if you have a drone, make sure that you have, permission to bring it on board, and then they'll probably give it to you and you can take it offshore and, you can get all those aerial views and all of that kind of cool stuff. I know, right? Mike, I don't think Mike. Oh yeah. Hello, Cruise Nuts. This is Mike's topic, the drones, because he is, if you guys didn't know, Mike, our Cruise Nuts friends, him and Tracy, a lot of their vlogs and things like that is drone aerial views. And if you have not checked them out, I suggest you go check them out. He has amazing aerial views from all types of different ships. And maybe one day when I go to Cozumel, I'll talk to Mike so that maybe they can do like a drone footage and I could be over there. Hello, everybody, and we can video that for you guys. So yeah, don't take your drone. And if you are, make sure that you have clearance to take your drone, because you don't want it to be, taken away from you and then you're not able to bring it on board. Number 9, and you know what, this topic, I've been asked this topic so many times when I book a cruise. Don't take a power strip with a surge protector. So don't take a power strip with a surge protector. These are banned on most ships and are many electrical devices such as steam irons and travel kettles. I don't know who will bring a travel kettle, but I have seen people try to bring irons and steam iron, because when you're coming in, you can see them that they get confiscated, and they are a whole bunch of them on the table. But yeah, don't be bringing a power strip or with a surge protector, because it will get banned and you won't be able to bring it on board. Thank you, Em. Yes, hit that like button. Let YouTube know that we are having a great live stream today. We're learning something new. I try to bring you guys something, new every time, something we can enjoy. And because we don't know how many new cruisers we have here or how many old cruisers like me. And it's always good to learn something completely new. So not only if you have a YouTube channel, just type TWT on the comments, drop your link in there and hit that like button. It'll help me tremendously because at least YouTube know that we are here live. All right, we're gonna go to number 10. And this one was one of the points that John Esau had brought earlier. Don't forget to buy your travel insurance, guys, because whether you think about it or not, sometimes you say, you know what, I don't need travel insurance. I feel just fine. Nothing is wrong with me. But you never know until you have the situation in hand. It is crucial that you should have travel insurance. And probably, I'll be honest, I think that it should be a mandatory thing to have it. Because think about it, guys. You guys work very hard to buy these cruises or travel or whatever it is. And could you imagine you get sick a couple of days before, or you get sick on board, or you get injured on board, or something happens, on board that you need to be a medevac out of the ship? That costs a lot of money. And if you don't have travel insurance, guys, you will be you'll probably be bankrupt by the time you get back home. Look at the news. Look at all these people that has no travel insurance, like those ladies that went to Cozumel. I don't know if you guys remember that news. There was 2 young ladies that went to Cozumel, rented a scooter, got into an accident, ended up in the ER, ended up having to have, I don't know how many surgeries. They needed to pay $40,000 to Mexico to let them come back to Tampa. And they didn't even have any travel insurance. So guys, keep in mind that when traveling, you need that travel insurance. Ms. Jill says travel insurance is a must. You could get sick out in the blue and you would hate to lose all of that money. I do agree. If it was maybe a couple of $100, then maybe not too much. But when you're investing like 1,000, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, guys, you guys need to have travel insurance. If you got money for that drink package, take a little bit of money for travel insurance. And if not, if you are a traveler that do travel like multiple times in a year, then I suggest purchase Allianz. Allianz is a 1-year travel insurance, and you just pay it the one time and that's it. And it covers all of your trips that you can do within that year. So just keep that in mind, guys. I don't want you to have a situation where you end up having, to fork out a whole bunch of money because you didn't get your travel insurance. Now, this one is, don't forget to add cruising to your travel insurance. And you guys are going to say, what are you talking about? Well, there are some people that have a credit card and they say, oh, it covers all travels. Nope. Some of these credit cards or some of these insurance don't cover cruising. So if you're buying a travel insurance outside of the cruise line, make sure it covers your cruise. Always double check that your insurance policy to see if cruising is specifically covered. It turns out that I have been on 3 cruises, this person says, over the last few years, and I thought I was covered under my annual travel insurance, but I wasn't. Since I verified it, now I actually added cruising into my travel insurance. I know that Allianz does have the policy for cruise on their travel insurance, and I know Fay Insurance, Tingleg, and some other ones do have that. So please make sure that you always have one. If you're working with a travel advisor, make sure you purchase your own travel insurance. Always provide a copy to them, because if something were to happen to you, and this is how I do my work. If I have a customer that does a cruise with me, but she says, hey, Jackie, I'm going to purchase my outside travel insurance, I'm cool with that. No problem. I always request a copy. Because if you're traveling and you didn't take your copy, or you lost your copy for whatever reason, all you got to do is call me and I have one readily available to you, and I can send it to you or send you whatever information you have and possibly be able to assist you from land to get you whatever it is that you need. So always keep that in mind, guys, and to make sure that, you have all your ducks on a row. And then, when you're traveling, you have at least some type of backup. Let's go with number 12. And this one is one that I actually hear a lot about. Don't lose your ID card. I came back on board after a day out with another great port, and I put my hand back through the scanner, but I was holding my ship's ID, my ships on my ID ship card, and for them to manually scan. And when I stepped off the gangplank, I just popped it in my back pocket, and guess what? I guess I lost it, and I didn't have my ID card, and I had lost my ID card, so I couldn't get off of the ship. I don't know how many of you guys have had this happen where you lost your ID card, but make sure that when you're traveling, make sure that, I know you're happy and you're enjoying the time in land, but make sure you put all your personal, like passport, ID cards, all of that in your wallet. Make sure that you have them safe, so that way you know that you're not going to lose it, because could you imagine you're losing your ID? I don't know if all of the ports will let you come in and out just with your sail and sign card, but keep that in mind. Harlan says over here, the drink package is not important. You should purchase travel insurance via a third party. Yep, you should always purchase travel insurance at all times. With Expedia, we have multiple different vendors that we can do travel insurance. We also have with the cruise lines and stuff like that. So it's always good the cruise lines always have the best price for you guys. But if you have like special different conditions and things like that you need more than what the cruise line offers, then you can always check with a travel advisor, or you can go online. But always keep in mind and verify that cruise portion is on there to make sure that you are actually covered for what you need. Miss Jill says, I keep my passport in my safe. I leave it on the ship with my ship ID and lanyard and my driver's license. That's how I do it too, Miss Jill. Because you want to make sure that you don't lose that part. We never lost our card off the ship, but I did go flying out of my lanyard holder overboard once when I was really windy. Oh my God. Did you retrieve it? That is crazy. Oh my God. So wait a minute. Where did it go? Like it fell on the ground and you were able to pick it up? Hopefully it didn't fall out on the ocean. Because I know one time, I don't know who was filming this. I guess somebody's luggage fell in the ocean when they were trying to put them on the ship. It went into oh my God, it went into the ocean. So what did you do? Did you just go at it and swim? Oh my God, that is crazy. Oh, look, Scott, that's a good idea. I take a photocopy of my passport with me. That is a great idea. That's a good idea, Scott. At number 13, guys, don't wait too long to book extras because you might not be able to get them. And I do agree with this one. If there's something special that you're doing and you need to get those things booked, like excursions, like for instance, I don't know how many of you guys have been to Tortola, and I always bring Tortola because over there they actually have an excursion that I love and I enjoy. It's called the Baths. I'm not sure how many of you guys have gone there, and that excursion gets sold out immediately. So I do agree with this. Don't wait too long to book extras. If you plan on some short excursions, spa treatments, dinners, any specialty restaurant, anything that is you pay extra for, make sure that you book it ahead of time. And I do agree with this because sometimes we want to wait to see if the price goes a little bit down, if there's a special or a Memorial Day weekend or a Labor Day sale or a 4th of July or whatever. And then we continue to wait. And by the time you get to it, it is sold out. I don't know how many of you has had this happen. I haven't personally had this happen, only one time, but I called the cruise line and it was with New Regent and they were able to find me a booking on another, they actually built another set of another short excursion for the same thing. And I got a call saying that they had more new excursions for that. Oh, look at oh, Mr. Frank, welcome in, sir. How are you? Hopefully you're feeling much better from your surgery. I scan my passport and send it to my email so that I can always find it on a computer. You know what? That is a really good idea. That is a very great idea. We have a photocopy laminated we carry off the ship along with our driver's license. Look at you guys. Man, that is a great tip, Cruise Nuts. That is a very good tip. So number 14, don't miss that boat. You don't want to be a pier runner, guys, because if I catch you on my camera, you will be filmed. I'm just joking. Maybe not. But yeah, guys, don't miss that boat, because if you miss that boat, guess what? Everybody on that ship will be saying goodbye to you while you're pleading the captain to bring that ship back so that you can get back on it. If you guys remember, not so long ago, I was reading the news, and I don't remember if Tony from La Lida Loca or the Ship Life, one of them two, did this news where they had, it was a party of people and they were left behind because they were on an excursion. They actually found a boat to take them to the actual ship, and then they denied them the request to come in because the ship had already left. And they ended up having to either fly or drive to the next port because it was kind of like on the same island, but it was further down. That was crazy. Like, could you imagine paying somebody, get me on this boat, take me back to my ship so that I can get on the ship while the ship is moving on the water? Like if you're the pilot, you know how the pilot comes in and he jumps out of the ship, he comes back to shore, something crazy like that. It's insane the things that people would do. Emma says you'll be scared for life if you're a pier runner. You'll be mocked and laughed at. You will, because if you see all those vloggers when they, especially in Cozumel, guys, I don't know what is it about Cozumel that there are so many pier runners. It is insane, but I don't know. It's because the pier is so long that they just can't. One lady left the kid behind and she just hauled for it. And the poor baby was, trying to get, but I'm guessing the lady was smart because she said, if I get to the boat, they're going to have to wait because the baby's coming right behind. So look at CCA. Smart people wear dumb watches. You know what it is, CCA? And I've noticed about this, if you're wearing a smartwatch like I am, I take it off of automatic and I leave it on ship's time always. And there's people that if it's automatic, they get off that ship and the watch completely goes into either Cozumel time or whatever. It's a tequila problem. It's a tequila problem on Cozumel. Oh my God. Here comes the racetrack guy.
From experience, the not only is the pier at Cozumel really long, like the actual port itself is really big.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of people just go like, yeah, we'll go to that one shop over there. What could possibly go wrong? The shop is like half a mile away. They got to walk all the way back, and then they got to get on the pier, get their card checked, and then the boat's gone.
Yep. Time for our sponsor. That's your racetrack is your sponsor today.
If racetrack actually sponsored me, that would be really funny. What do you guys think it would take to get my game sponsored by racetrack?
Oh my God, not the game. Look at Cruise Nuts. Tequila makes Cozumel. You know it. That's why they have so many pier runners, because everybody's over there drinking. So please don't miss the boat. I've been reading the stories about the groups who were late back from their private excursion and the captain would have let them on. They just say, goodbye, everybody. I see you on the next port. And guess what happens, guys? If you are left at the port, you have to make sure that you pay your way either to the next port to get on the next port of call. But one thing I will say, and this is out of experience as a travel agent, and they don't tell you guys this. If you get left behind at a port, it doesn't matter what port it is. Even here in Florida, let's say, if you miss the ship in Miami, Fort Lauderdale, wherever you miss the ship, and let's say it's going to Cayman Islands, and you fly to Cayman Islands to get on that ship, you could do that with no problems. But guess what happens? The day that the ship is docking here back in Miami, you will be the first individual out of that ship, because per customs, you came in on the ship outside of the regulations of wherever Miami was. And I learned this because there was somebody on the Celebrity Beyond on a ship that we got there, and they missed the ship, and we picked them up we were going to Cayman Islands, but we had to turn back around. So we picked them up in Colombia. The people flew to Colombia to get on the ship because it was a 12-day cruise. And when they got on the ship, we found out through them that they had to get off the ship as soon as the boat docks. I think it was like 5 or 6 in the morning, something crazy like that, because they have to go through customs and they would have to be the first one off the ship before anybody else. So keep that in mind, that even if you're a pier runner, you got it, and you get off of that schedule, you're probably going to end up getting off the ship, the first people off the ship. They take you off the ship first because you got to go through the special custom thing to make sure you're verified.
Better to just not be a pier runner.
Exactly. Or not be there on time for your ship. Miss Jo says the closest we came to missing the boat was in Cozumel. I looked for the world's smallest hard rock.
I mean, there's plenty of hard rocks all over the floor.
The world's small, but that's the world's smallest.
No, I was joking about actual rocks.
Did you ever find it, Miss Jo? We will be there in 34 days. Ooh, nice.
Have fun.
That is awesome. Look at you. Oh, wait. Scott says, we had 2 ladies that missed getting on Miami. They met us in Aruba. They were from Canada, and it was cheaper for them to fly back to Canada
Than
Aruba. Interesting. I love Aruba. Aruba is so pretty. Just take the rickshaw bike to when you're late to catch a ship, drinking and riding. Oh my God, not that cruise nuts. We found it just as we're getting into the taxi. Oh my God. I hope you didn't. I'm guessing you made it to the ship on time. Look, guys, number 15. Don't forget to check in online. Let's talk about this subject, guys. Please don't wait till the last minute, the night before, to say, oh my God, I have not checked in for my cruise. Because you know what happens? The manifest gets closed, guys. And half of the time, it will not let you print your documents. And most of the time, it will not let you check in on the night before. So always check in on your time. And you want to check in. Look, Samara didn't even go to sleep the other day. I was actually talking with her on online. She didn't even go to sleep the other day because she said, I got to wait till midnight to check into my Disney cruise. Be like Samara, wait till midnight. And I bet you some of you guys do wait till midnight to check in on a cruise. How many of you guys wait till midnight? I don't wait till midnight. I go to sleep and then the next day I actually check. Look, we set an alarm for the check-in, not CCA. CCA, you guys, I have to bring you guys back onto this show. They set the alarm. It was, hold on, wait a minute. It was 650 Miami to Aruba, 250 Canada to, wow, that's cheap. Yes, online check-in should be done as early as possible in case of your documents are questioned. You need to fix any issues as soon as possible. I agree with you, Jill and Mr. Frank. I might be one of those. Mr. Frank is like, yes. It's check-in day. It is midnight. I am staying late. Why midnight in general? Because as soon as the clock hit midnight, it is the day of checking and you can actually check in. And believe it or not, there are hundreds of people that check in at midnight. And not only that, if you check in, if you be the first people to check in, you can grab those early arrivals like 10:30, 11 o'clock in the morning. So you can be one of the first people there on the ship. Travel Cakes and Trips. How are you, love? Bienvenida. Welcome in. But yeah, that's the reason why people check in so early. It's crazy. It is insane. But people do it. If I'm awake, then yeah, I'll do it if I'm working and stuff and I'm awake. But I don't set my alarm. I wait till the next day and stuff like that. But if you have like I have platinum with Carnival and I'm almost diamond with Royal, then I don't worry too much about it. Now this next one is a very interesting one. Don't overpack. How many of you guys overpack? How many of you guys here on the chat overpack? I used to overpack, guys, and I've done so many cruises that I just take my essentials and that's it. I'm down to like kind of like a regular, well, I have to take 2 luggages because one of my carry-ons is my laptop because I have to work. but I take like 2 carry-ons and I'm Gucci and I'm ready to roll. But before, I used to take like 3 luggages, 1 for shoes. You know, we're women. We want to take all the stuff. I think some of my kids still take a couple of luggages and things like that. But don't overpack. This is a general rule I try to apply every time I travel. There's nothing that frustrates me the most when I'm trying to squeeze a new purchase into my luggage. And I have clothes in there that I didn't even wear. How many of you guys had this happen? And it's so true. You overpack, and then when you look at your luggage, I didn't even wear half of the stuff. Look at Samara. She goes, I do with my Disney outfits. She sent me the picture the other day. She's so cute. She was all decked out of Disney, waiting on for the midnight to strike so that she can check in. I said, you look like if you're actually going on a cruise. A serial overpacker, CCA. We used to go as early as we could, get stuck in traffic or something happens and you get later than expected. I overpack my carry-on and all my camera stuff. I'm with you there, Cruise Nuts. I am with you there. I always overpack because me especially, I like to bring lots of fun hats and stuff. Then all the ducks to give away. Oh my God. I had a lady. Thank you for mentioning the duck thing. I had a lady that she had a whole entire suitcase, guys, filled just with ducks that she was going to give away. Insane. 300 ducks. Who has time to hide 300 ducks in a ship? But she did it. I need room for that big stick. Oh my gosh. You guys are having a different conversation over there. Yeah, I get that all the time. Laugh out loud. Wait, what? I thought Sabera was about to leave. Yeah, she goes soon. She'll be leaving soon. Here. And good to take the sign on your own luggage and you won't get it lost. That's true. Put something on your luggage. We bring 10 ducks per day only. Only. So that means that if you're going on a 7-day cruise, you're bringing 70 ducks with you. Oh my God. That's a lot of ducks. There were still ducks on the Treasure, even though they were banned. Oh yeah, people are going to still bring ducks on Disney cruise ships. Samara, do you bring ducks on a cruise ship? Let us know in the comments. All right, guys, let's continue because we're almost done with this list. Number 17, don't forget to take more than 1 bag just in case if you purchase anything offshore. Some cruise ships allow you to take your own luggage on, but please don't forget to take a little bag with maybe your swimsuit, your medications, your essentials, and all of that stuff, sunglasses and things like that, because sometimes your luggage won't get there in time. And if you want to change, go to the pool and things like that, you could take a little bag and you can have all of that stuff. Especially if you have medication, I do suggest to bring it with you on a little bag. Don't put it on the luggage because if it gets lost, there goes your medication. So that was an easy one. How many of you guys, this one is funny, guys. How many of you guys have left your home and forgot your suitcase? I have done that. I was going on a Disney cruise. Yes, Samara, don't laugh at me because I know you're like, what? I was going on my first Disney cruise on the Fantasy. We had all the luggages out here, and my daughter had a kind of like one of those dress where you put all your dresses and you kind of like fold it. It's like one of those, I forgot, a garment bag. And I guess where she put it, we didn't see it. And we left it behind with all of my daughter's dresses and we were like 4 girls, and they had all their dresses on there. It was left behind. So we have to figure it out when we got over there. But yep, we have never forgotten our suitcase. Poor thing, that must have been horrible. Well, it was horrible for them because they didn't have any of their like night dress or anything like that. Tracy forgot her personal bag with her medications, and we're already at the port, and we had have one of our friends. Oh my God, at least you got it. So that was good. That was good. Never happened to me. Thank goodness. Forgot my wallet one time, changed purse, and one time I thought I had forgotten my passport. Oh my God, that is crazy. And then M over there said, people find ducks, people hide ducks, all fun. That's right. We have a lot of fun with the ducks and all of that. All right. So, yep, I've been one of those people that have not lost, but left the luggage behind. All right. Number 19, don't assume drinks being carried around by waiters are free. This is a good one. I was on a Carnival cruise, maybe like, I'm going to say it was before the pandemic. I'm going to say 2017 and 2018. It was this, you could tell that these group of people were new to cruising. And the guy, he comes in with all his, whatever he was selling that day, and everybody grabbed one. They took a couple of sips. The guy took on their selling sign card, left. They took a couple of sips. I guess that they didn't want the drink, and they put them back down, almost like Phil. And I said, I feel bad for those people if they did not know that they were going to get charged for that. But yeah, you got people that don't know that. So that was one of them. Ms. Jill says, not even all soft drinks are free. Royal charges extra. Disney is free. That is correct. Disney is free because it comes with your cruise fare. At number 20, don't head straight to the pool on day one. That's what everybody else will be doing on embarkation day. Instead, head to the spot and make your bookings if that's what you're going to be doing on the cruise, and enjoy maybe something completely different other than the pool, because everybody comes in and goes straight to the pool. That is, I've seen the pools get really like busy on embarkation day. At number 21, don't forget to sign the kids up for the kids club activity. Now, with Carnival, I will say that with Carnival, when you have children, you can sign them up when you're checking them in, but you still got to go over there to make sure that everything is set, and they get the little wristbands and things like that. With Royal, I haven't seen that with Royal, but make sure you do check in your kids, because you don't want to, make sure that, you get them to the right place. On Carnival at dinner, they have people carrying around shots. It's a specialty glass. I do remember that they tell you the shots are included on your drink package. The shot glass is extra. You are very correct with that. So keep that in mind. So that way, you don't get overly charged for the little cups that you're probably not going to need, because by the end of the cruise, you'll probably have like 20 of them. Now, coming down on number 22, don't accept dinner seating times or locations you are not happy with. Guys, you are able to change your locations and stuff like that as long as you talk to your maitre d' once you get on board. I always suggest you always go check out your seating. And if you look at it, if there's not a place that you like, or sometimes if you like a waiter more than in another, then you can always have that change. The wait staff or your maitre d' main dining room should be able to get you into the early or late seating. Some ships don't even bother anymore, allowing you to dine in when you wish. Also, if you're assigned a table that you don't like, let them know straight away, and they will try and change it for you, which I do agree with that. They will try to make it happen for you because it is your vacation and they want to make sure you have a great time. Number 23, which is the last one, guys. Don't take food off the cruise ship. Check in with your cruise line about bringing food off board. Most of you will allow to bring non-perishable foods like snacks. Some allow a couple of bottles of wine or maybe water. Your bags will be scanned every time you come back on board to make sure you're not sneaking in a mango or anything like that. And I do agree, make sure that you're not sneaking in any kind of veggies or anything like that. And when you're getting off the ship as well, they actually have signs about that. And it's weird because I don't know how many of you guys, they have signs that you cannot bring like fruits or anything like that off the ship. And you got people with a banana in the hand trying to get off the ship, or an orange or whatever. So it's just crazy. Like, don't do it because you don't want to get into problems or anything like that. Let me see. Jill says, always make your changes the first night. On the Icon, our party of 7 was split up to 3 separate seating arrangements. We quickly had them make up. See, so there you go. And Jill had a great time on Icon. I bet Jill loved Icon of the Sea. For many years traveling as an adult with my family, my folks always told me to pack my swimsuit in my carry-on in case my luggage got lost. This way I could jump into the pool. That is correct. A banana. You're right. Take pictures of the food you love from the cruise to have food memories. I love that one, Samara. I did love Icon. I would do it again. Oh, I bet, Miss Jill. I bet you would do it again. That ship is amazing. So, guys, those were the 23 things that you should not do on a cruise. Hello, Miss Kathy Mills. How are you, love? Thank you so much for being here. Let's see. Kathy says, hey, got here in time to hear the last few good tips for the first time season cruisers. We always need a reminder. It's always good. That is true. Scott, Bluetooth speakers, CBD, guys, don't bring it. Don't bring it because you're going to have a problem. I take pictures of my cruise always. Thank you, Tinkerbell, for all the useful information. As always, guys, I always try to, bring this channel and give you guys some cool things. The next one is going to be a little bit different. I'm trying to figure out what I want to talk about because I think we're going to have a different type of conversation. I want to show you guys what is the difference between cruising and doing a land vacation. And I want to show you guys the difference in prices and which is a better deal for you guys. So that's something that I've been thinking about, and I want to do a show. I just got to figure out, how to present it to you guys and all of that. Hopefully you guys enjoy this live stream today. Hold on. We split all of our clothes between all the suitcases just in case. That is a good idea. That is a good idea. I didn't even think about that. Man, you guys are coming out with great idea. Deal or no deal game show. Oh my God. That'll be great, right? To do a deal or no deal game show here. Jaden will have to help me how to get that done.
On the stream?
On the stream. Look at Jaden. Look. He's like, No candles. That's right. Sponsor time.
I'm all out of juice. I got nothing on me.
Guys, I will say this. He loves the slushies, right? That's what you
got a slushie machine at home.
And we just got my kids gave me for my birthday a slushie machine, which Mr. right here loves so much.
And getting good use out of it.
Yep. All you got to do is put
only reason I didn't even make one at home is because we recently got groceries, so it is like completely surrounded by like potatoes right now, and I can't get it. I can't get to it.
But maybe tonight we'll make some slushies.
And there goes the dog.
Maybe tonight we'll make some slushies, and I apologize about my dogs there. Somebody's coming in the house. But tonight we'll make some slushies for Jaden, and all you got to do is, it's really cool. It's a Ninja. I don't know if you guys have seen it. It's been very famous during the Christmas season. All you do is either put a juice. It could actually make milkshakes and all of that. You put the soda in there, and boom, 15 minutes, you have a slushie.
It's pretty good.
So it's great. So, well, thank you guys for being here today. If you have any question, put them out in the comments. We got 5 more minutes before we have to say goodbye for today. Tomorrow, guys, just to give you some information, we're having Across the Wave. It's going to be live from the MSC Meraviglia with Keith. Keith and his family took a last-minute trip, which they are on the Meraviglia right now. And tomorrow, we're going to be coming live with Keith, and he's going to get to show you, the ship and all of that. So tomorrow we're not going to have, it was supposed to be Morocco, but we moved Morocco because Keith snuck that one on us. And, we all want to see a cruise. Why wouldn't we, right? So we're going to check out that cruise tomorrow. It's going to be a great adventure for Across the Wave. Next week, guys, I don't have a Tuesday show, and there will not be a Across the Wave show because I'm going to be in Missouri visiting my grandkids and Kingston and all of that. So it's going to be great time. But it's going to be amazing. So I'm looking forward to seeing my grandbabies again and getting to, to have that personal time with them. We will be celebrating Kai's first birthday. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Let me see. Yes, we have dinner outfits for both of us as a pair of swimsuit. Okay, so he's talking about that. We will do that the next time. So everybody's talking over there. Donnell, welcome in. I have not been on MSC, Donnell, but I got invited to the World America, and I will be there April 9th to the 12th. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe La Lita Loca might be on that same ship. So I might get to see Tony on that ship. So I'll probably do a little vlog over there with Tony and them. But I think I heard in one of his that he was going to be there. And Scott might know about this because he goes to his channel a little bit more than I do. But I always watch his daily. But I think he says something about being on that ship. But I'll be on the MSC World America for the first time next month from April 9th to the 12th. And then right after that, we have our group cruise on April 20th of 2025 on the Carnival Celebration, which I'm looking forward to. Getting to meet Miss Nancy, which is Keith's mom, Donnell, Jen, and some other people are going to be coming on that one. So I'm actually looking forward to meeting you guys. It's going to be fantastic. Jill says MSC is all about selecting the proper level of your experience. I do agree with you on that one, Jill. Good night, CCA. Thank you so much for being here today. And CCA, let me know when you want to come back on the show. I would love to have you and your lovely wife, and we're going to have a great time. Never did an MSC. I've never done one, Samara, but you guys are going to have to check out my live stream because I'm going to be doing live streaming from over there. And it's going to be the brand new World America. When we get off of that cruise, the first paying passengers will be getting on that cruise. So I'm looking forward to that specific cruise. I've never been on MSC. I sell a lot of MSC, so I'm actually looking forward to actually getting to see the ship, getting to feel the vibe of MSC and all of that. But it's going to be just amazing, guys. You know, it's always amazing, especially when you're on a cruise. It don't matter what cruise it is. As long as you're on a cruise, it's always amazing. Jill says, I cleaned my screen and it popped back to the food discussion. That's why I was back talking about the food. Oh my God, Miss Jill. Looking forward to your discussion on that MSC. Actually, I will be doing a couple of live streamings on there, and I'm going to be vlogging everything so that I can put it on there. Right now, the vlogs that are coming out this week, I'm still in Puerto Rico. So that's in the past. So go check those out. That's pretty cool. I'm trying to bring you guys different places in Puerto Rico because a lot of people, when they go there, they usually go to Old San Juan and that's it. So this past week, we were in Old San Juan, which was really cool. But then this coming Thursday, we're going to be someplace completely different. We're going to be tasting all sorts of different things. So check that vlog out on Thursday. And yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. See if you get to film the yacht club. I think we are, because this one is an agent. It's going to be like it's the inaugural cruise. And I think it's the naming ceremony. And they usually let us look at all the different types of cabin. So if I go to the yacht club, I'll make sure that I'll film all of that in there. Because usually I do like a whole cabin tour and I do like a vlog just for the cabins so that you guys can have that information. But yeah, thank you guys so much for being here today. Like always, please stay safe. May God bless each and every one of you guys. I love you guys all to the moon and back. And I will see you guys on the next one. I'll see you tomorrow at 8 p.m. across the wave all the way from Maravilla. So we will be somewhere on the water tomorrow. Love you guys all. Toodaloo. Hasta luego. Bye-bye.